Iceland Queen said that she wanted to know a bit more about things with regards to OBS and setting up sources and stuff like that. So this is OBS. Iceland Queen, let's talk about, you want to set up a game scene that has things like your subs and a chat. You want chat specifically, is that what it is? In the place of where I am, you'd like chat to be. Would that be right? Okay. So we're going to create our first scene. I'm not going to go into how I get OBS set up with audio input and things like that. It's all very complicated. But we're going to create our basic OBS scene. We're going to call it display capture. Do you want this to fill the entire screen? Hang on. Yeah, that's the one. Do you want the game to fill the entire screen? Like so. No. You want the game to be here like this. And what would you like as a background? Do you want an image as a background, or do you want me to have it where it's blur? You want to have it where it's blurry in the background as well. What you could do is you could add an image. Let's go here, add image, and call it background image. And we'll choose an image. We'll go pictures, walls, and we'll pick a picture, for example, and then we're going to move that to below here. You can have that. If you wanted to have what I have, which is the game scene replicated and blurred, what you need to do is you need to go and download a couple of plugins for OBS. You have to download the source clone plugin, which clones the source, in other words, clones the game scene, and you need to download composite blur, which blurs it. All right, so we're going to go to here. I will put links to these in Discord. If you have OBS installed, download the installer. If you have it as a portable installation like I do, then you'll probably know what to do with these things anyway. So we're just going to download, on this particular case, the installer, and on this particular case, the installer. Then what we're going to do is we're going to run that. I need to close OBS briefly. It'll say for some of these things, when you go to run them, it'll say Defender Smart Screen prevented unrecognized app from running. I know this one is okay because it's from a respected plugin author for OBS. So we run it anyway. Follow the instructions, click next. Once we've done that one, we'll go over to the next one, source clone. We'll do the same again, same problem, run, next, install. And it's as simple as that. So when we go back into OBS, this is OBS here. If we take out this background image and we want to replicate it instead, we want to, now what you can then do is you can add a source clone. You're now able to source clone. Okay. And we're going to call it main scene background. And it'll say, well, what do you want to do? Do you want a source of the current or previous scene or anything like that? Just leave it as that. You want to pick a specific source of, in this case, what have we called it? Display capture. It's just display capture. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this game capture, so there's no confusion. So this is cloning the game capture. We're going to change the transform because my screen's so big. We're going to change it so it's the exact same. So you could have these two beside each other and you see they're exactly the same, right? So we're going to move main scene background, our source clone, to the background. In the foreground is the game capture, which we've shrunk down. What we're then going to do on the main scene background is we're going to right click on it and go to filters. You'll then be able to add an effect filter, and the effect filter composite blur has been added. Just click OK, and you can now see, even by default, it's already quite blurry. You can increase the blur any amount, and there you go. Click close. So now you have the game scene duplicated and blurred in the background, and now you want to add your stream chat. Now for that I use Stream Elements. You don't need to use the tipping part of it. If you already use Streamlabs, stick with Streamlabs for that, but you're just using the overlay for OBS. In Stream Elements, you can go to Streaming Tools and Overlays. Then we're going to create a new overlay. When you first create an overlay in Stream Elements, you're asked what resolution your stream is running at. So I'm running at 1080p. That's the resolution of my stream. You will know this in OBS if you go to Settings and Video. Your canvas, your base resolution is 1920 by 1080. Okay. Back into Firefox. So we're sticking with that. Add a widget down here, or this button over here that says add widget. Either will do. Click plus, click Stream Tools, click your stream's chat. This window appears. That's going to be your stream's chat. Okay. As you can see, it works. You can then choose how it looks. If you want it to be transparent, you click on Custom, and then you can change it to have, maybe you want it to have like a little bit of a white background, and over on this side, this is a chat example. Over on this side, on the right hand side of this slider, is the alpha layer, or the alpha channel even, and that decides how transparent it's going to be. So I'm going to leave a little bit of white to let it be a little bit more legible. Click select. You then want to we'll give it a name of chat window. And we'll save it. You want to click this link over here, which says copy overlay URL, and that'll copy it to your clipboard. Can almost speak. What we want to do then is we want to add a browser source, because that's your overlay. We call it chat overlay. Press OK. And we'll go to this URL over here. The size is going to be your 1080, so 1920 by 1080. And click OK. And here is your chat window. This particular thing right here is your chat window. What you can do is you can hold down Alt to drag the lines at the handles either side to make it actually fairly closely resemble the size of the window, to make it easier to move it. And there you have it there. And you can shrink and grow that as you need to. Leave Alt and just let go of Alt. Don't hold Alt, and then just drag the handles, and that will increase the size of chat. You can do subscribers and things like that through Stream Elements. You already know some of the overlays, don't you, Iceland Queen? Not really. Never worked with the overlays. Okay, well, we'll go back into Stream Elements then. We'll go back out here. We'll create a new overlay. Same again. In here, when you go to add a widget, you've got your alerts for when an event happens. You can have an alert pop up. You can do that through Streamlabs, Stream Elements. Twitch themselves have widgets like that as well. If you want to know like your subscribers and things like that and totals, it's all under these labels here. So let's say we wanted the total followers that we've completely got. You just add that in, and it already knows. It's up in this corner. And what you can do is, rather than adjusting the size of the overlay when you bring it into OBS, imagine that this work area here is your screen. You know that there's blank space up here for you to put this in on your screen. You know that if you were to put another label of subscribers, subscriber count, all-time top gifter, Sociable Steve, you can put all that there like that, and it snaps together. All right, then what we're going to do is we're going to call this sample overlay. I did not know about that either. Sample overlay. So as I say, that's what I use for the Stream Elements, is what I use for most of my widgets. We're going to then take this link. We're going to add another browser source. We're going to call it main overlay, because it's got all your main details, and it's probably going to be in every scene. That's Once again, we're going to paste in this big mad link, 1920 by 1080. Press OK. So that's your kind of scene built. The time and date thing I stuck into Discord under the stream, under the content creators thing. It's actually a local file, so that's kind of different. What you can do is you can add a browser source again, but instead of, we'll call it time and date. That file that I put in Discord, you can save to your own computer. You call it local file and then browse. And then browse to wherever you've saved the local file. I have mine in my stuff directory, which is obviously frigging awesome. And I called it TAD, this one. TAD, T-A-D, time and date. So when you click on that, I don't think you need to worry about the width and the height at all. When you click on that, you have it right here. Once again, I'm using Alt to crop it, to make it easier to move and resize. I'm going to put it up here. That's a bit big. We're going to shrink it down. We're going to put it there. And that's kind of it. We've built a scene that has chat. We've built a scene that has our total subscribers and top gifter, but obviously you can change all of those labels yourself. We have then also created an overlay that has the time and date as well. These resources, these links I'll put into the Discord later. And this as well is already in the Discord.